Hi, this is Vicariously Yours. I wanted to chat today just about kind of the situation in the world and try to bring maybe some awareness and peace and good vibes to that. I think that probably most of us in the ASMR community are probably very sensitive people and thus probably very empathetic people. And I think probably a lot of us maybe are even clairsentient, like we can feel other creatures, other organisms, other people, other animals. When they're hurting, we can actually feel that hurt within ourselves. And so if you have that kind of sensitivity, which again, I would imagine a lot of people in the ASMR community do have that sensitivity, you can feel the pain of this world, especially when you go out and about. I mean, I don't know where you live, but from the West Coast all the way through the Midwest, I've been all over those regions for the past few years. And everywhere you go anymore, there is this very, very profound feeling of, wow, like people are really hurting. This world is really hurting. And we're in a very precarious spot right now. So as just a single individual person, I don't know how you can exactly, you can't fight this. I don't think that fighting this is the right way to go about it. I think it's just that somehow humanity has got to find a way to work with one another, to find alignment and harmony and balance with one another. That doesn't mean that everyone is supposed to be exactly the same, nor that everyone's life is going to turn out exactly the same. But each of us, I believe, has a source of peace and well-being and love and joy that's deep, deep, deep inside of us. It's at our core, and we go through difficult things in life that layer on more layers of that onion of our existence that are trauma, fear, loss, scarcity, and the more layers of pain and maybe not just pain, but you maybe work a job and you like really identify with that job and you kind of almost become a method actor for that job and you almost sort of lose touch with your soul a little bit. I think that within each human, even if they're monsters, the monsters just have layers and layers and layers and layers and layers of trauma, and they're confused and they're reacting to it in, really, really negative, awful ways, and they're traumatized. But regardless of whether or not it's a monster or a saint, I think that at the very, very core, maybe there are some rare people that are born that are like evil from day one. I don't know. But I think at all of our cores, like they say, come to know thyself and you will know the world. I've come to know myself, and I believe that this source of joy and love that is deep within my core and compassion is present in all other human beings. So it's not so much, I don't think about fighting and, let's tear down all the towers and people that are like conspiracy theorists with the 5G, 6G, 7G stuff, biodigital convergence. I don't think that that's the way. Is let's burn it all down. Like, no. I don't think violence is the answer at all. I mean, in some situations in life, you probably have to defend yourself. But otherwise, violence is not the answer. I think that awareness is part of the answer. Awareness is the seed to make the tree of your own individual, personal, spiritual life of joy and abundance that's deep within you sprout. Awareness will help that tree to begin sprouting outside of the box that you've confined yourself in through conditioning in life and pain and trauma and the way things people have said to you that are negative about you, things you've said to yourself. Awareness plants the seed, and connection with other people within resonance, like connecting with people on these types of matters in the same way. It plants a seed that helps begin the process of dissolving away the false self that's been torturing yourself all these years and maybe even torturing other people. The vibes of this world are bad. because right now, in most cases, are bad. It's dark because so many people are so disconnected from that source of joy within, because this world has led us to believe and trained us, oh, it's out there, it's in, he who dies with the most toys wins, or you got to get this, you got to have a Lamborghini before you make it, you got to have a beach house before you make it, when all along, like, even if you do get that beach house or you do get that Lamborghini, what's it going to do? It's going to produce a very incredible euphoric feeling inside of you, probably. When you get it, that's why you want it. But that euphoric feeling within you is free. If you can figure out how to tap into it, you don't need to buy a Lambo to get that feeling. You don't even need to graduate from college to get that feeling on graduation day. Oh my God, I finally did it. I did it. I'm so proud of myself. Oh my gosh, which is a wonderful thing. But it's that we are all alchemists, or we can all train ourselves to be alchemists, to convert the lead or the dark, otherwise unusable, maybe even toxic matter within ourselves into gold. And I've seen that. I mean, one example of that in my life is some post-traumatic growth, not just post-traumatic stress disorder, post-traumatic healing, post-traumatic growth. I had a fear of driving. I didn't have a fear of driving for 20 plus years of my life. I drove all over the country. But I got into some bad car situations that traumatized me. And over time, I found myself being able to drive less and less and less and less, to the point where I couldn't drive on the highway for years. And I didn't even really want to drive more than about 5 miles for years. And I won't go into exactly what it took to get over that fear, but I eventually conquered and healed that entire trauma. And I've been driving now for the past 6 months and have not had any fear responses. Like, it's gone. It's completely gone. And that came through a lot of self-reflection, self-awareness, and diligent, disciplined work on chiseling away the trauma that had been dominating my life, my decisions, my social life, my opportunities. It's an awareness. I mean, somebody can think about A Christmas Carol, if any of you know that story. Ebenezer Scrooge. Like, the guy turns into a monster through trauma-based, but turns into a monster towards the end of his life. And then in 1 night or 3 nights, he's visited by 3 ghosts, but technically 4 ghosts because of Jacob Marley. And he wakes up that next day on Christmas morning, and he's like a completely changed man. He realizes, wait, I have all this abundance and I can give, and I want to love people and I want to do good in this world. But just the night before, just 3 nights before, he was this cantankerous, curmudgeon, nasty, bitter, selfish man. And just through a few dreams, a few vision quests, he was able to completely rewrite the story and finish strong and end on a good note and redeem himself and transcend himself. And all it took was just awareness. It was awareness. From these dreams, these ghosts, these spirits that visited him, they brought him awareness. And that opened up the heart chakra, just burst open like. It's understandable why so many people have closed off their hearts and why so many people struggle to trust one another in today's world. There's a million reasons why. But again, it's not outside of us. It's inside of us. This eternal flame of compassion, joy, love is at the base, beneath all the trauma, beneath all the layers. That's ultimately there. So instead of going out there and trying to fix the issue out there, I think the biggest thing, one of the most important things that humanity needs to be doing right now is tapping into that inner source of peace and balance and stillness and calm and joy and serenity and confidence. And whatever you need to do to get to that without harming another person, you need to get to that. Because again, some of the looming potential negative things that could be coming our way, I don't think we can do a lot about. And maybe everything's going to be fine. I'm not trying to spread paranoia and doom. I'm just trying to spread awareness that there is a magic, beautiful, divine spark that is inside of you, inside of all of us. And it's possible to get back to that spark and to feel joy once again, despite the chaos, to be content regardless of circumstance. It sounds simple, but if you really try to put it into practice, try being content when someone is screaming at you. Just sit there and be calm and not let it bother you. It's very challenging. It's easy to be content regardless of circumstance if you're at the beach or something like that. But we all need to cultivate self-mastery, self-sufficiency, but not just self-sufficiency, we also need to start working with each other. I mean, it's crazy. If you live in suburbia or most urban areas, you go out to take a walk and there's like either nobody out there, you're like the only person out of thousands of people in your area that's actually taking a walk. Everyone is in these nice big homes and they're just locked away. They're like tombs. And in urban areas, yeah, there's people that are out and about, but like if you try to just say hello to someone on the streets anymore in most urban areas, people will think you're crazy. So we have to find a common ground with one another, and that is the same divine, loving, compassionate spark that's inside of me is inside of you. And we all need to start connecting to that and start building a network amongst each other through that love-based matrix. Yeah. So I just gone out and about to run some errands over the past few days, and it's like, wow, there's no denying, like every place you go and you see people in their cars, you see people walking on the street, you just see the look on people, how drained and burnt out and nervous and anxious and irritable they all are, incendiary. So I just think that awareness is key. Awareness of self. Stop lying to others if you haven't already stopped doing that. But the biggest, most important aspect of stopping lying in your life is stopping lying to yourself. Because it's those lies to yourself that are preventing you from that breakthrough that you're looking for. And that's exactly why they're there. Those lies are there to protect you from breakthrough, from success. A lot of people have a fear of success and they don't realize that. I've experienced this myself in life, most of my life. So as I speak to you, as I preach to you, or whatever you want to call this, I preach to myself too. I'm talking right back to myself. I'm in a room all alone right now, even though I'm talking to you and you may be viewing this, I'm by myself. So I'm speaking these same words over myself. It's about being more simple. It's not to be more complicated. It's about becoming into alignment instead of working harder and harder and harder and harder, finding balance and becoming aware that there is something within you that is worth anything it takes, as long as it doesn't harm another person, to get connected with. There's an eternal divine spark. Not trying to sound religious, I'm just saying that's what we all need to get in touch with. Instead of trying to break down the walls outside of us, we need to break down the walls inside of us and become strong with that. Not just break down the walls inside of us and then become vulnerable to predators and narcissists and stuff. But we have to get strong too. Strong of mind, especially up here. This is where we all really need to get strong, because then the body will follow. If the mind is strong, the body will become strong. I'm not a doctor. That's not licensed medical advice. I'm just saying that's what I've experienced thus far in my life. So I appreciate you all for giving me space to just chat. I hope this was of some value to some of you. And we'll get back to more ASMR. And again, just been going through a lot of stuff over the past 10, 11 years, and I'm getting better, and things are getting better and better and better in my own personal sphere. So these videos will get better and better, and I can't wait to do a lot more with this. But as I've said in all my other videos, I just want to get started posting again. It's just, I've been wanting to do this for many years. So cheers, everybody. This is Vicariously Yours, signing out. Hope you all are having a great, wonderful, beautiful, restful weekend. Cheers.